afternoon, everybody. How are you on this lovely Wednesday? I say lovely. Do you know what? I don't even know what the weather's like outside. I've not stepped foot out there since I've been in the building this morning. But hopefully, wherever you are in the world, it's a lovely day and you're enjoying it. We're enjoying today purely because it's our Love to Craft event. And that means that, and actually, I don't know why we have an event to celebrate that, because we love to craft all the time. But the reason we've got an event is because we have the most amazing deals. We've got double discount, triple if you've got your extra points on top of that from the Club Inspire. We've got lots of 3 for 2s. We've got loads of deals on the website, so go and have a look. We've got an amazing deal on the guillotine as well, which is our hero tool. So literally so many deals to sort of go and have a look and bruise through the website on and see what you would like. Now today at 2 p.m. now is our masterclass. It's also our what we call our craft experts event themselves. It's their time to shine. It's our time to show you what we love about crafting, because it's that Love to Craft week. We've had Debbie Robinson in on Monday. She was doing the amazing creator card dies. I was in yesterday doing the wisteria range. We've got Craig in today, so I've mentioned him already, so we will introduce him next. And Craig, what is your passion of crafting?
Oh, it's got to be nest and dies. Always got to be nest and dies. I love them, the uses, so versatile, the different change that you can then create from going from card making to scrapbook page to concept cards to home decors, whether you use the main one, the smallest one, you use them all or just 2, or you can do so much with them. And you can of course start to incorporate your pattern papers, but these are lovely as well just with your core cardstock. Work on the colours that you love. However, saying that, let's have a look at some of these finished samples of some of the collections from throughout Masterclass. This one is being our inverted oval dies, or stitched oval dies. We're going to do a demo with this die actually, first of all. Then what we've also got, I mean, look at that one there. We've got that one. This die is actually the one that we're going to use later on with the foil press. You heard me right. Our nest and dies with the foil press. Then, I mean, look at that one there. This is where earlier on in Wake Up Call, if you didn't see, we were talking about the good thing about nest and dies, Debbie, is your nest and dies will go with every single collection, whether it's floral, whether it is with your butterflies, whether it's going to be with Christmas, whether it's going to be Art Deco, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Any collection that you've got, these are going to work well with. Whether they are going to be that focal point with your sentiment, maybe a topper, we've got our slim lines. These ones here, these are great, yes, to use as frames, but then you can still balance your toppers, your sentiments with these. And acetate, another one from that same range there, but the square ones. So using them with your easel cards, using them as stoppers, using them to frame the image, using them as a mat and layer. They are so versatile, as I said, whether you want to use just the one of them, whether you want to use all of them within the set, go big, go small, do home decor, or maybe, that we'll show you in a moment, you've got a sweet tooth and you want to do little sweet bags.
I love that. I love that so much. In fact, while you were on your break, Craig, I took a little sneaky picture of that because I loved it so much. And you're very lucky.
I thought the bag was half empty.
Well, actually, that's what I was just going to say. He's very lucky there's still some eggs inside there, because I was dying to get into them. But he does have some extra, so we might have a little nibble later. But first of all, let's get down to business and tell you exactly the sorts of things that we've got on the show today. Now, we've got loads of people joining us, so thank you and welcome. If you're new, come and say hi. We are fully social. It means that because we're interactive, you can come into the studio, not literally by yourselves, but you can message into either Facebook, YouTube. I don't think we can message on our own page, can we, on Crafters Companion? I've never asked that question before, actually. But can you? Don't know. We'll have to look into that. Yeah, Crafters. So Crafters TV. So yes, Facebook. So lots of people in this afternoon. So or morning or evening. Christian is saying good morning from London. Stampy Hand is saying good morning to all our crafty friends, just in time for a cuppa and some fun. Absolutely. Janice is in saying good morning from West Virginia. Zoe's already in from West Sussex. The Trees is in saying good morning to everyone from Illinois. Kathleen's in saying good morning, and Karen is also in from Kentucky. Carol saying good morning from Wisconsin. We've got Georgianne saying hi, Debbie and Craig from Clearwater, Florida. Anne is saying, hello, Craig and Debbie. So glad that I could join you from a damp and rainy Texas. Carletta is in saying, hello, everyone from Arkansas. We've also got Mary Beth in, who's saying it's so nice to see Craig behind the crafty table again. And Kathleen's also saying, yoo-hoo, nice to have Craig crafting. Alison's saying hi. Evelyn, everybody's in. Sandra, hi, Debbie, Craig, CTV crew, social media superstars, and crafty family and friends. So to everybody. And then we've got Janet and Lynn saying Craig showing how to use is very helpful. She loves the nesting dies. And that's exactly what we're going to be showing today. It's a masterclass on all of the nesting dies. But before we get started with Craig, I'm going to show you some deals we've got in the show, which are just incredible. So if you want to bag yourself a bargain, here's one here. Did you notice I said that bag? This is the grab bag. It's got 17 dies in total, £25 or $35. You're actually saving a huge amount on here, as you can see. So you're saving £29.96 or $32.84. That's exceptional value. We'll show you that a little bit more later on. So that's one to look out for. We've actually got our first set of nesting dies, which is incredible value, this one, and you are looking at the right screen. There are 4 different dies, 12 dies in total, for only £19.02, which is incredible savings. You're actually saving 60%. And actually, while we're on that page, look out for those yellow stickers, because they're all what you're saving. Saving 60% plus an extra 15%. Plus, if you're platinum price, you're saving again, getting it for £15.22 or $17.62. Now, the next set of nesting dies that we've got are a 9-piece die set. They're those 3 packs. It's still only just holding in there in stock. So if you want that, you need to grab that quickly. It's £13.24, $15.24. Saving 60% with that extra 15%. The next one we're looking at is absolutely incredible. This is your inverted stitch nesting dies. These are something a little bit different, but they are great to use. 48 dies in total. £30.56 or $39.62. And again, still saving that 60% with that extra 15%. You look at that platinum price, $31.70. That's unbelievable for all these dies. Now, the next one we want to look at are our gorgeous slimline nesting dies. These are 3 nesting die packs, and you're getting 9 dies in total. These all, as they suggest in the title, nesting dies nest into each other. These are great for creating your cards, doing your mats and layers. Craig is just going to be giving you so much info on all of these and inspiration throughout the next 2 hours. So please stay tuned or save the show. £19 or $29, saving £25.97 today. That's saving 60% and an extra 15%, and your extra if you're in the club. If you're not in our Club Inspire, just go onto the website, join the club, and straight away you will get another 5% on top of that, and you will build that up. Now, the next ones we've got in are a 5-piece collection. This is a huge amount of dies, 18 dies in total. These are our nesting frame dies. They don't just create that frame, they actually create the little pieces in between if you mat and layer them all up. £49 today or $57. Saving that 60% and that extra 15% on top. In platinum price, £39.20 or $45.60. £5.60. So absolutely amazing. I want to say stonking deals, as our Ben would say, throughout the shows today. And yeah, just amazing deals. The first thing I am going to show you though, physically, is our grab bag. This is our nesting die grab bag. It was one that Craig looked at some of the dies that he loved the most, popped them into this bag, and this is very, very good value. £25 these dies, and you're getting all of these. So the first one we're looking at is our cross-stitch square frame. Now we've got a bundle with all these cross-stitch ones and the different frames on the show, which we've just shown you. The square one you can only get in this bundle, so this is amazing. £25 for all of these. You've then got your inverted stitch lace circle. And then on top of that, we're also popping in the bergamot, which is one of my favourites to use. Absolutely love this one. And I believe that's the one Craig was saying he's going to be using with the foil press, which is incredible. And then we've got the Ferreira, which is the slim line die there. It's just move them across. All those 4 dies, you're getting 17 dies in total for only £25 or $35. So absolutely amazing. Now, like I said, we are fully interactive today, so make sure you get your comments in, send your pictures in. We'd love to see them, and let us know what you're up to. So it'll be good to hear from you. I think I'm just making sure we've got no questions to start with. Marcel is saying the nesting dies are so beautiful. I bought them twice. The first set hadn't arrived and I ordered them again without realising. I love that, Marcel. And actually, who doesn't want 2 sets? You know what's really good about having 2 sets, and at these prices you can afford to go for them. If you're doing things like double gatefolded cards, you can cut 2 at a time. Craig used some this morning. If you look back on Wake Up Call when he was cutting 2 lots of dies, can you imagine the time it would save if you had 2 sets of dies to cut them at the same time? Would be incredible. But anyway, you don't want to hear me chatting any longer. We're going to go over to our Craig and see exactly what he's doing in his first demo.
Rightio, let's do it. Let's dive in for anyone that's got a sweet tooth. But let's have a look. What was that? You?
Me.
You. Oh, don't you worry, there's plenty of sweets going around. There really, really is. The one that I'm using is from the grab bags, just so that you know. So let's show you a few finished samples as to what you can create from the dies that are within that grab bag. I mean, this is what I was on about earlier on. Decor. I know that's got Mother's Day on there, but what little girl wouldn't love that? As Debbie said, this is the die that I'm going to use later on with the foil press, but then you can start to use it onto your concept cards. Then we've got that stitched edge as well. That's the one I used earlier on within Wake Up Call to frame a photo, but then using that on your cards, framing your florals. I know I showed you this one at the start. That's with the circle that I'm going to use, but then you can go in with your diorama and theatre cards as well and build upon it. So that's just a few things as to what you can be doing when it comes to these ones. But as we say, we're going to have a little bit of fun here. Now, within the inverted stitched lace circle dies, you've got 8 dies. However, the different combinations that you can create from these is just phenomenal, because you can cut in, you can cut out, you can then cut your outside and your inside. You can maybe do the main large outline die and then maybe the smaller inner, because the actual detail die, these cut into your cardstock, so they don't remove out of your card until you add in your own or that separate nesting die in there. That's a straight circle nesting die. They all come included as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to play with a few different combinations here. So on the show, we've got a bundle of Centura Pearl, and within this one, I am using dark chocolate, going down that chocolate route, going down the route of mint as well. Going for that mint choc chip
mint
feel.
Chocolate chip.
Mint choc chip. And then we will add a little piece of the cherry. So that is the 3 that I'm using, as well as some white multi-purpose, although you can use the hint of silver that's on the show as well. And then all that I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one first. Now, the other elements I'm away to cut, I can cut while I'm doing this one, but I just want to do these sections one at a time. And for that one, by only using that outline die, what you're then going to get is a circle. If you were to include that decorative die, then that will then have that decorative scallop detail all the way round. I don't want that with the chocolate brown. I'll show you that just shortly. So I've got my circle, and for what we are going to do, I've got 2 of them here. So we've got these 2 good to go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our die, our scallop die. Now, I've misplaced a sizable piece of my mint. So what I'm going to do, I am going to use what I've already cut, but just so that I can show you what I've done, I'm just going to use a bit of green card here. So I'm just going to show you how I've managed to create that. Now what I will do as well, now I'm not going to do this for all the layers, but for this one, at the moment, I'm only going to cut that decorative die, so you can see how that looks if you use it on its own. So we'll run that one through as well. With what I'm doing here, you'll be able to do a few layers with the junior, but if you've got the original Gemini, the A4, you'd easily be able to do all of these at once. But if I take out that die there, can you see now your inside is cut, but it stayed in place? Great for an aperture, for a shaker, to frame your work if you want to. But as I say, I want that to be out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my die back over the top. That's just the straight edged die, the circle. Now I would have done them both together. The reason I've done them separate was so that I can show you how they look separately. And that's what you can do with each of these different sized ones. So you've got a lot of scope when it comes to the different layers. So that can then go through.
They really are ingenious dies, these ones, aren't they?
Sorry, Debbie?
They really are ingenious dies. I
Yeah.
love that you've got those 2 parts, and that middle section as well is a different die shape in itself, isn't it?
That's the thing, yeah, because, you know, instead of it only being a circle inner that pops out, you've got
that
inverted scallop all the way around as well. That's good. If you've got a stamp or something that just says wow or pow
Yes.
or superhero, start to use
Absolutely,
them.
yeah.
Blues
That's exactly
and
what I
yellows.
was thinking. I haven't got this die.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
it
it's
really
brilliant.
is. The full set is. And it's that option that it stays in the card, Debbie, but by simply adding that outline die, which you get included as well, on the flip side, say you had larger circle nesting dies, use them instead, Debbie, and you'll get a larger frame on the outside with the scalloped on the inside, using what you've already got.
Yes. That's brilliant.
So yeah, so instead of just having
Yeah.
that, you know, quarter of an inch or so, if you use your own circle nesting dies that are
Lovely
bigger,
big frame.
big frame,
Oh, I love that
big
idea.
frame. So let's move that one out of the way, because that's the one that I want. So that's in the mint, and I've done it exact same way. So what we can do is set that to the side for now, and then let's come in with a few other layers. So let's go in now with some of the smaller ones. So I'm going to go in now with the medium one. So let's take that one. So that's the decorative die. So if I use that on its own, then what will happen is it will be in within my card. So I'm going to take that outside die, and then we're going to cut that one. So we can then run that one through. So I'm going to do them together. So let's tape them ones in. And then so that I can get into the decoration, when it comes to the smaller one, I have done exactly the same in our chocolate. So we can see I've done the chocolate. Actually, I will do that because I'm not needing it just now. So let's go in, and then in actual fact, I can show what I was meaning before. So say, Debbie, instead of using that die that complements that one, say you were to use that one, that's where
yes.
you're going to get...
I think that's a brilliant idea. Never even thought about that before.
Do you know what? Let's just take just an extra wee minute or two. Let's just do that. Because although I'm saying you can do that, Debbie, I've never actually done it myself.
It's brilliant, isn't it? And this is what I love about shows like this, because you suddenly, I thought of something yesterday when I was doing wisteria about the Z-fold, and I don't know why I'd not thought about doing that hanging wisteria edgeable die from the top of the card, and it just comes to you, and I just think that's a brilliant idea. So all those different circle nesting dies make a bigger frame.
They do, yeah. So using the nesting die with the die that comes next to it, but instead using the next size up.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that difference.
Just brilliant.
And then you can still get an even bigger look if you were to use the even bigger one.
And you wouldn't think that was the same die.
You wouldn't.
It's brilliant.
And
I mean, if you wanted to have a boy, a rubber ring boy, you could absolutely make them out of these dies. I love this.
Of course you could, yeah.
And this is what all the masterclass are all about.
It is, isn't it? It is. It's about seeing what you can do with them in different ways. And I could have done, and I can say simple nest and die cards, Debbie, you know, kept them very, very simple. And, you know, even if I do say so myself, they would look lovely and they would look pretty.
Absolutely.
But it's how can you use them in different ways? What else can you do?
Totally, yeah, totally. And that is something we forget to do. We forget to look at all those different ways. And I do know from all the comments that we've had over the years of people that just love that inspiration.
Yes.
We all need it. I mean, us as well. I know we craft every day, but we still need that inspiration, don't we?
We do.
And nest and dies definitely give you that. It's almost like they spark your imagination.
They do, yeah, they do. They're a good way to spark that imagination by just choosing a couple of colours of cardstock and get cutting, see what you can come up with. And then now we've gone from that larger outline frame, but then what we've got, Debbie, is we've got our own thicker outer frame. Now, if you were just a little bit more careful in the way that you've lined that up, that would be solid circle all the way around, just a little bit off at the top, but it's still got that fun aspect, being a little bit shallower there than it is at the bottom. So that's now only using the circle dies, not the decorative dies. So we've gone in, so that plain circle die, I've cut our mint cardstock, which has given me just a circle. So that's going to go onto there. And then if I take this one here, what we're then going to do, similar to what I've just done there, let's take only the circle die, and then we're going to pop this one through. So we're going to pop that one in, because I only want to have that circle nest and that. I'm just going to make sure, I thought that moved there, it didn't, but I'm going to tape it anyway. So let's run that one through now. So then we've got all these different configurations, all these different layers that you can add in. You can layer on top of foam pads, you can keep flat, you can cut, or you can do what I'm away to do and fold one of them over. So let's take that one now. Let's take the one that we've just cut into the mint. So let's just flick all these. We've got tool section as well, so you can have a look at. But that one can layer onto that one. That one can layer onto that one. Now, I don't even need these ones yet, but that can go into my stash for later on. So we've got these ones, and these ones. So what we're going to do first is let's take, I'm going to use my tacky glue for this one, and then we're going to go around. And even for something as small like this, I do love my paper piecing. So I'm going to do little bits of paper piecing. And I'm not going to do it all because I've got one already done. But we can pop that one into there, and then I'm just going to hold that down. You can use your sprays or your dotty tape runners if you've got any left at home, but I'm just going to use that one just now, and then I'm going to go in with some of that cherry, which is in that bundle. Let me find that coordinated die, which was that one, and then I'm going to go in. If you've got your, I can never remember what they're called, you know when we've done our paper piece and dies and we had the sheets?
Hold and release. Hold and release,
that's it. If you've got the hold and release sheets, you can use that for what we're about to do here. Hands up. Debbie, very rarely do I use the hold and release sheets.
Okay.
I just die cut them and then I just then pop them out.
Yep.
But they are there for ease if you so wish. So what I would do is be careful, because for this, all these little bits, I don't want to lose. They are all the same size, so it doesn't have to go in a specific order, but we can then use that elsewhere, and then we can use that elsewhere, and it's all these little bits. Now, granted, you might not want to do all of these ones. However, it's not really a time-consuming thing to do. It doesn't take that long, although that they're small, and there seems to be quite a few. It's not actually a time-consuming element of the decoration. So all that I'm going to do is either your pokey tool, I've got one of these little pickup tools, I'm just going to work my way around. So I'm just going to go in It's a nice way to keep that balance of the mint and the white, but then having that subtleness of the cherry just peeping in from the edge. So I'll do a few more. Like I say, just going in, cherry picking, no pun intended.
The ones in the dies, Craig, could you not place your die back over the top of that and then push them through with your pokey tool?
You could do, yeah, absolutely you could do. Yeah,
I
no
suppose
problem at all.
whatever's easiest.
It is, yeah. The only reason I don't tend to do that is because I'm usually left with some on my cutting mat and some on my glass mat,
Yep.
or in my die. But yeah, what you could just do, line it back up and then just work your way around and poke all the way in. So you can do that one.
That's so effective. It's almost giving it a different stitch look.
It is, isn't it? It's that 4 additional stitch, and then by going around,
That's amazing.
and then even though you've got that little half scallop, you've still got a really effective way to highlight them.
I have to say, I've never thought about, because they're so small, I'd never thought to put those pieces back in, but that makes a massive difference.
This was one of those that I call selective paper piece. I was
Yes.
going to select certain ones, like maybe every 3rd one or 4th one I was going to do. But then once I started, I realised that it was so quick to do.
Yeah, it didn't take long at all.
Doesn't take long whatsoever. I mean, there's what, just under half of it
Yeah.
that I'd already done there.
Yeah, within
So-
seconds.
So it's not one that's going to take a lot of time. But then this one, what I'm going to do, we also touched upon this as well in Wake Up Call. Things like this, what I do, Debbie, is I'll go around the edge with my adhesive, but I don't necessarily go on that inner detail. If you've got little bits that are just peeping up or sticking up, that's fine. Gives it that little bit more depth.
Yes.
So that one can go into here. And what I'm going to do first is, before we create our little treat bag, I'm going to layer all these together and show you how this could easily be a card front if you want. So you've got the best of both worlds. That was a Miley Cyrus song, wasn't it? Or to be exact, the mountain, Montana, Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana.
Cool, you're going back some years there.
I am, yeah. I am. Oh,
I used to love that. Well, my daughter did, and I had to watch it. It was all right.
Oh, Disney Channel back then was the best. Oh, Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of some. What was the 2 little twins, the 2 boy twins?
Oh, I never watched them. Zach and Cody.
Zach and Cody,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
That was funny.
What I thought you were a way to say is what I remember twins was Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Ashley,
Two
yes.
of a kind. I
Yeah.
remember them. But yeah, what was it, Disney Channel? That's So Raven.
That's it,
When she
yeah.
had flashbacks.
And there was, what was the other one? I'm trying to think of the
What's the
other
other
one.
one?
There was
Wizard
lots
of
different ones.
Waverly.
The Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah, I do like
remember
her.
that. I used to love that.
Selena Gomez, I do
yes,
like her.
Selena Gomez, yeah.
I do.
Yeah, that was very good. I loved
To
that.
be fair, I quite like Hilary Duff and Miley Cyrus as well. So
Yeah.
that's why I like the channel. Can I just say, I was at a reasonable age at that point as well. Just clarifying that age difference from them and to me now. Just saying, I was a lot younger back then too. Stick myself out of that one. So, as we move on, let's assemble this one. Oh gosh, there we go. 29 minutes in. Let's layer these ones. Let's see if I've got. Can you believe it?
Craig, that was very funny. You literally stuck one on and then stuck one on as you moved away and didn't even look. And look where you've stuck it. I see you walk away as you were putting it down. You nearly missed it totally.
We got there. We got there. Just a no more. Just a no more.
You'll be lucky if you find some big ones. All the big ones are gone.
They're gone.
Only tiny little ones over there.
They've gone. There's.
We'll have to shout to Jake and ask him to get us some bigger foam pads.
That's what happens when I'm not on this side a lot. Usually I keep them well stocked up. But there we go. We've got some of these smaller ones. Same depth though. I was just making sure they were the same depth as to the larger ones that I used. Although what you could do is, if you've got that foam on a continuous roll bundle, you could use that instead. Let's go in here And raising it up is optional. You don't have to, certainly with it going on a treat bag, but it's a nice way to add extra depth. So all that I'm going to do is I'm going to sit that in the middle. So then what we're also getting, Debbie, from the dark chocolate, not only we're getting the background of the scallop, we've now changed that look from a solid dark chocolate to we've now got a new nest and die shape all the way around.
Yep, love that.
And then we're going to get that exact same look again with this white. Instead of it being a solid white circle, what we're now going to get is what looks like a different nest and die shape. Then let's go in with this bunny. So this was from last year's Violet Studio Easter, is it Easter Homestead?
It looks like the little bunny out of the
Homestead.
Easter box as well. We had an Easter box
That's
last
right,
year.
yeah.
There's one very similar to that, isn't there?
Very, very similar. So yeah, you could use that. And it was only because I had Easter in mind, and the Easter chocolates are very accessible at the moment.
Absolutely, yeah. I remember going to the shops just a couple of days after Christmas, and the eggs were already being
there.
stocked in.
Already there.
Doesn't take long.
That used to bug me, Debbie, when I worked in retail. I was trading manager. And, oh gosh, 3 weeks before Christmas, and all the Easter stuff came in. It was all been in the warehouse in the back.
Crazy, isn't it?
And there was time, because at the time, the store I was in, I had a bit of say. The company, it was the co-op that I worked for, they wanted them out just before Christmas, but the store I was in, I was like,
I don't understand it, genuinely. I understand Christmas getting out early, because I think we all have to start that bit earlier and it gets us organised. But honestly, tell me if I'm wrong, but if anyone buys their eggs just after Christmas for Easter, tell me, but I just can't believe anyone would buy Easter eggs in January. Right. Like, I don't know why they come so early.
You're right on that one, actually. I'll show you this and I'll say something on that one there. We've created what can just be a topper for a card, Debbie, on that one there.
I love that.
Add a little sentiment on there, and there's a little topper already done for you. Or what you can do is, let's take this other circle that we've created, and I'm going to score it in half. Let's use our scoreboard. But what I was away to say a moment ago is you were right there. We would put the Christmas sweets out good couple of months before, and they sold. They sold, no problem whatsoever. Even after Christmas, weeks after Christmas, you put the Easter eggs out. They didn't sell. Okay, maybe the little mini eggs or that would, but the actual Easter eggs wouldn't. It was pointless. Really
I do have to say I've been very early this year, though. I did buy all this year's wrapping paper for Christmas.
Good for you.
Tesco's, I'm going to tell you, Tesco's were selling their wrapping paper off for 15 pence a roll.
Wow.
Yep, so I stocked up, so I haven't got to buy any wrapping paper for Christmas.
There you go.
Mini eggs, we love mini eggs.
There we go. Well, as you know, I'm not a big fan of milk chocolate, so...
Aren't you?
No, so the one that I've made is all white chocolate. And then there you go.
I've been really naughty.
You go for it. You go for it.
Sorry if you hear me crunching.
There we go. Just in a wee minute, you'll just see Johnny, and then you'll see Charlotte coming through, and then the rest.
Oh, I love mini eggs. Okay, I take it back. You can buy mini eggs after Christmas. But only to eat them, not to save them for Easter.
Yeah, oh no, you definitely need to eat them. You definitely need to eat them.
Oh, but Johnny, they're good. Charlotte, they're good.
Making them jealous. Making them all jealous.
I did put them all in.
You should hear what they're saying in my ear. They can't believe I put them all in. They're like, better not win demo of the show. Better not win or demo of the day. Can you imagine?
Well, if it's demo of the show, it won't make demo of the week winner, because the sweets will all be gone.
Yeah, you just need to take the sweets out and then just sit the actual one on its own.
It won't look as effective without the sweets.
It won't, will it? Maybe just need to stuff it with tissue paper or something. But all that was a cello bag, an inexpensive cello bag that we've got here.
It's so good. I'm eating this egg and it's so
good. And then all that I'm going to do is let's go in. So I'm going to add a piece of adhesive at either side of the score line. You can put it all over if you want. I personally don't do that, but it's up to you. And then all that I'm going to do is I'm going to get that sitting so that it is nice and then it is flush. Press that in. So we've now got.
I mean, what a fabulous handmade gift.
It is, isn't it?
Really, really beautiful.
And even if you're doing your own little chocolates or something like that, it's a nice way to gift them to someone. And then all that I'm going to do, add my adhesive onto there, and then let's set that upright. Press that one in. And as I say, you can put a sentiment on there or a wee wish on there if you want to, but then you can then create your own little toppers. You could do it with maybe the square ones if you want to, but then you've got that option there, that one being the dark chocolate, the mint, the cherry, and some of your white multi-purpose. And that bunny rabbit was from the Violet Studio Easter collection, filled with Cadbury's mini eggs. And these ones have the Milky Bar eggs and the Terry's chocolate orange mini eggs.
You should have told me that. Terry's chocolate orange. I got them. I bought them last year to put in my little house that I did for Easter as well. They're amazing.
Yeah, they
they're
come
so
like that,
good.
Johnny. Yeah.
They're so good.
So there you go.
Yeah. Oh, the Milky Way eggs. Oh, Johnny, don't worry. I think I can make a little hole and we'll pinch a few out later, so it'll be all good. Absolutely amazing. Do you know what I really love about that, Craig? Is I know you've done that for Easter, but that's the nesting dies are the hero here because they can go on any bag with any goodies that you put in them, with any toppers on top. So Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, you could put some little heart chocolates in there. I absolutely love that, and I think what a versatile way to use those nesting dies. Now, the nesting dies that we've got on the show today, one of the sets, because we do have lots on, with amazing discount on them, which is absolutely incredible. This first one, let's turn this up the right way. This is our Bronte, which is absolutely beautiful.
Bronte.
Bronte. Amalfi, I can't say it now, they've just got Marlene. That's only Thoughts and Horses, if anyone's wondering who Marlene's from, our Boise. The Amalfi Coast, the Amalfi dies here, which is absolutely beautiful. Argenta, which is another really pretty one. And the last one in that collection is the Milan, which is so pretty. You're getting 9 dies there, and look at that price. You are saving 60% with an extra 15% on top of that, which is incredible. So it's just check if we've got so many people in today. Pamela's in. She said she's very excited about seeing the foil press. She's been waiting a long time to see a demo with that. Carol's also said she's excited to see Craig use the foil press. Been a long while since it's been demoed. That's very true. Denise is saying, good morning to all our crafty friends from Virginia. You brighten up my day. Sandra's saying, oh, Craig, I may just have to snaffle some of your mini eggs. Snaffle, is that a
Pinch.
Oh, yeah. So that is that a
snaffle something.
Is that a Scottish word? Snaffle? Snaffle. Never heard that.
I never thought it'd be a Scottish word. Maybe
I like it. I like it.
I'm going to snaffle it from your hands.
Olga's in saying it's lovely to see Debbie and Craig working together. Carol's in saying what a great show. I've already had, and that was at 24 minutes past. She said she's already had 2 aha moments, which is amazing. Chantel is saying hello again to all her friends. Christine Mahoney is in saying hi again. Loving these days. Of special in-depth card making products. It's most of us have already, and thank you very much. Yeah, it is great to have those. Nye Connie is saying hello and good morning again. It is sunny in New Jersey and glad to watch my faves, Craig and Debbie, and Craig with Debbie with him. Hello to all the CTV crew. When I worked, so Debbie is saying, when I worked retail, people would buy the Cadbury's eggs as soon as I put them out, even when it was a week before Christmas. Wow, there you go, that's why they do it. Susan saying hello Debbie and Craig from sunny SE in the southeast in UK. I hurried back from the gym just to see the masterclass. I love watching Craig and Debbie for their inspiring makes. Lots of people there, and I'm just going to go back to someone because they just asked a question. Ellen. Ellen's a newbie, so welcome, Ellen. We love new crafters to Crafters TV. She's saying she has an Empress die cutting machine. Are these dies compatible with the Empress? I think the Empress is the Spellbinders one. So yeah, I think it's Spellbinders. And yes, it's a die cutting machine. They're thin metal dies. So yes, they are absolutely compatible with all of those. So yes, the dies are, well, you'll be able to use them.
And it's a good point, isn't it, Debbie? You know,
yes.
if you are new to us, of course, we've got the Gemini, you know, the size of the dies, the make of the Gemini, they are perfect together. But if you are new or you've got another die cutting machine, they will work size dependent on the project you're making. These will work with any of your die cutting machines.
Yeah, absolutely. And all I would add to that is just refer to your user manual and it will tell you what platform that you would need to put them through. But they're all thin metal dies, so they will all work. The only dies that we say that other companies do that might not work in some people's machines they do like a big dies where they're quite thick, but I don't actually see them about, you know, very much. So but yes, they're absolutely compatible with the Empress machine. Right, we're going to go on to storage solutions. Now, it's always good to have some storage. It's always good when the storage looks so beautiful, and our bags really do offer that. They offer that really practical source, but they also offer a really pretty space to put things in. I love this one. This is your desktop storage. It's a beautiful design. It has a really large opening at the top there, and I love that it's open. This is great for your cans, for your sort of your bigger things that you can see. So all your embossing powders and things like that. It's great to store in here. All your glue bottles, your sprays, anything like that. It's got pockets all the way around, so you've got them at the sides and in the front, and you've got this little Velcro hidden sort of pocket in there as well. You've also got little pieces inside. It's a bit hard to see, but you can actually put stuff inside these pockets inside. So it stores lots of different things. It's ideal for the desktop to put everything in to keep things tidy. £12.74 or £16.95. So an absolutely gorgeous one to have. If it's platinum price, it's £10.19 or $13.56. But that's a really lovely one to have. Now, if you're like me and you like to have all things matching, we do have a deluxe bag as well. Same grey with those beautiful florals, and this deluxe one, I'm going to order this one because it's just beautiful. It's the one I don't have, and I think it offers so much more. It reminds me, I know this sounds silly, it reminds me of Little Red Riding Hood sort of basket. It's got that sort of feel about it, and I absolutely... Johnny's getting my, ooh, what big teeth you have, Grandma. I love Little Red Riding Hood. Oh, he's going to eat me now. But I do absolutely love this bag. It has reinforced stitching along the top, so which is absolutely brilliant, which means you can hold really heavy stuff in there. What I also love about it is these pieces, the Velcro, come out. So if you want bigger spaces like this inside, you can. You've also got this middle section, so you can actually make all these different compartments. Literally, you Velcro those pieces back in, and then you can pop that piece in, and look at that, we've got all different compartments now inside. It's one of those bags that's going to offer you so much. It's got loads in there, plus all your pockets on the outside at the front and at the sides, and then at the back it's got this really big pocketed, and it really is, I mean, it's got loads and loads of space in there. It's just a really nice, useful space. This bag is going to be great for all hobbyists. So whether you are knitting or sewing or crafting, anything you do is going to be a great bag to do. And I think it's great if you craft in different rooms in your house, if you maybe craft from a kitchen table and then you take your stuff to a cupboard to put it away. That's a really great compact bag to have, and the price of that is amazing, $29.74 today or $33.95. So you're saving 50% on that one. Now again, matching, we got this, I have this one, I love it to bits. It's a really great one for being portable. It's great for me to put in and out my car when I've got all my goodies. It's also got those compartments as well. So this one here, you can see you've got the piece that goes in the inside, which shows that compartment, but you can also unvelcro that and you've got then just one big long compartment inside. It's got them on both sides, got that bottom, it's sort of, and it folds flat. So if you did want to take things to a crop and then you want to set it up on your table, you want to put all your stuff in your bag, you can do that. You've got all these little pieces here which will keep all your tools nice and neat. So if you've got ball tools for your flower forming foam, if you've got your pens, pencils, you might have your poker tool, your scissors, they're all going to fit in there. Now, some people put their pens in there, but we don't like to keep our pens that way round, so I wouldn't recommend putting your pens. But actually, if you're just going to a craft club or a crop, you can put your pens in there and they'll keep them safe and upright until you put them back in your room. It's got these two see-through pockets, which I absolutely love, so you can keep things in there and know exactly what you've popped in those pockets. Again, every part of this is reinforced in its stitching, and it's just a great, beautiful bag to own. $21.24 today, or $16.95. So that's a really good buy, saving 15% on those. Right, what's next, Johnny? Are we going to go to the next one, which is these ones, the Verona. Verona, I should say it for Italian because it sounds much better. Verona. A beautiful die. I think this one is going to be very popular. Look at that, limited stock. If it's green on the screen, it's soon...
Won't be seen.
Oh, sorry, Craig. Was you eating eggs? I caught him. I caught him eating eggs. Sorry, Craig. I'm normally sort of looking to see that everything's all right, and I didn't catch him eating those eggs. He was being sneaky, wasn't he? I can't blame him though, Charlotte. You know, I went over and just grabbed them in pure daylight. So, yes, so Craig's going to be demoing with these, but they are limited stock. You need to be quick on these, and I'm not surprised. £13.24 or $15.24. You're saving that 60% plus an extra 15. If you're platinum price, you're getting all of these dies for £10.59 or £12.19. That's insane. This die, honestly, you're going to use it for so many different things: weddings, anniversaries, engagements, Valentine's, Mother's Day. It's going to be beautiful. This one again, it's got that mirror on the wall feel to it. Absolutely beautiful. That's a Catania. And then we've got a Vicenza, which is absolutely stunning. I mean, look at the detail in this die. It is so pretty. So 3 dies, 9 dies in total, with that 60% saving plus that extra 15%. And Craig is going to show us just what he's going to do with these.
I am indeed. What we're going to do with this one is, when it comes to the Catania dies, we're only going to use the largest one. And then what I've also done, the finished card that we'll have, I've already replicated it in 2 other colours. So once again, this is going back to what we were talking about in Wake Up Call about using the same die, using the same style, but it can look different when it comes to, of course, your colour choices. So what we are going to do on the show as well, or on Shop the Day, we've got a selection of pigment ink pads. So I'm going to use the pink tulip. Now, if you got the hands on our embossing folders, which incidentally, it was myself and Debbie that were on together when you were using them and launched them, wasn't it?
Yep.
Caught you out this time, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm eating my egg now.
And then I've got, don't worry, Johnny, Charlotte, I'll bring some through in the break. We've got our white multi-purpose cardstock.
It's going to be terrible come Easter.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen, and I keep buying them in the droves, what are out this year? And that's your white chocolate Cadbury's cream eggs.
Oh, no.
Oh, Debbie.
My granddaughter had one at the weekend, and I meant to ask her for a bite, but then forgot, and she obviously ate it all.
Oh, they're just amazing.
Do you know what I'm a bit
Absolutely
addicted
amazing.
to at the moment?
What's that?
Which is really naughty, is the Milky Way, Milky Bar Crush'ems.
Crush'ems. What are Crush'ems?
Have you never had one from
No.
Kentucky Fried Chicken or KFC?
No.
Oh, Craig, I'm going to go and treat you to one. They're called Crush'ems, and they're literally iced drinks.
Uh-huh.
But they make them with different, you get Oreo ones. I don't like any of the others. But the Milky Way one, because it's white chocolate and you get little white chocolate balls in it and you suck them up with a straw.
Wow.
But I'm just addicted to them. I'm going to go and treat you to one. It's just amazing.
That does sound amazing.
You like white chocolate, you would love them.
white chocolate. Absolutely
so good.
love white chocolate.
So good.
For years, I've been wanting them to bring out a white chocolate Cadbury's cream egg. Never have. And then last year, they'd done a competition, whereas they put, I don't know, it was about 10 white chocolate Cadbury's cream eggs mixed in amongst all the milk chocolate ones. And it was a competition. If you found it, you could win so much money.
See that.
And I was gutted that you couldn't just buy them. And then this year, when I seen them, and every time I'm in Asda or wherever, and they're out in the 5-pack, I'm just like, yep, I'll just have another pack in the shopping. Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah, that's what my grandchildren had. They had a 5-pack of eggs with different ones, and there was only one white egg inside it.
Right, yeah. Yeah, no, obviously I don't go for them. Because I would buy Cadbury's cream eggs, but I would chuck the chocolate. I would just have the inside. Just eat the inside, love the inside.
I don't think it's the same. They changed it, didn't they? And the cream eggs don't seem the same like they used to be. Didn't they take the milk out or something?
Well, I'm not sure, actually, did they?
Yeah, they took the milk out of the milk chocolate and they put a replacement in it, so they never taste the same. So maybe white ones would taste nicer.
Yeah, they definitely taste a lot nicer. Well, in my opinion, anyway. Just my opinion.
Yeah,
but
no, I love
so
white
nice.
chocolate as well.
I could eat, I couldn't quite eat it all day long, but I could eat quite a lot of it. Yeah. Give me white chocolate and some ice cold Coca-Cola and I'm anybody's.
Do you like Raffaello's?
Oh, they're nice.
So good, so good.
They
and
are
Lindor
nice.
white chocolate balls.
Yeah.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. If I ever had a rider, that would be my rider. That would be my, yeah. Just want some white chocolate and some Coca-Cola. Ice cold Coca-Cola. That's
yeah,
mine.
I'm not really a fizzy drinks person. There are times when I feel like a fizzy drink and I have to have something sweet.
Yeah.
But then that's normally with alcohol.
Yeah, I only ever have lemonade is when I'm having my gin.
Yes. I'm a little bit, well, I shouldn't say that. I'm not an alcoholic, I promise, but I am a little bit addicted to raspberry gin at the moment.
Raspberry gin?
It's my favourite, yes. It's delicious.
I don't think I've had raspberry gin before.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Lemon gin was always my favourite, but now raspberry.
I do like a flavoured gin. You know, I can't drink it all night. I tend to have your plain gin and then I'll have a flavoured one and some more plain ones.
Yeah, no, I could drink raspberry drink all day and night.
I need to keep that one in mind. I'm going to keep that one in mind for future.
Yes, delicious.
So 2 embossing, gone in with the waves there and gone round the edges with some of the pink tulip, which was your pigment. And then I've just taken one of my ovals, which is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. It's just a straight edge oval, and I've gone in with that studded leather. And once again, I've just gone round the edges. I'm going to sit them out the way for now. Then we're going to go in with our dies. Remember I was saying how I'm only going to be using the largest one. So you don't have to use all of them at once. I know sometimes I've seen in the past, some have commented saying or thinking that they have to use all the nesting dies at once, which isn't the case. You cherry pick what you want to use. If you want to use them all, then of course they work beautifully together, but you can cherry pick which ones you want to use.
That is the nicest thing, that you have the that's what, you know, options you have with nesting dies, isn't it? It's great to have good options.
It is, that's it, it is. It's all about the options. And once again, it is about the different looks that it'll give you. And I'll talk about that in the next demonstration that we do will be with the foil press, and I'll show you that options that we talk about. So we're going to go in and then I'm just going to take my die cut piece out. I'm just using my fingernail. We do have lots of the tools on the show, but I'm just going to go around. And then what you can then do, in actual fact, will I do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Although That's going to go into the middle with a pink matte layer. What we'll do, although you won't probably see it with this demo, I'm going to show you another feature that you've got within your nested dies. You can ink around them. So before I remove this, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to go in, I'm just using that same ink pad, which was the pink tulip, and then I'm going to add some of that colour around. Now with the pink tulip, it is quite subtle, but you will see it. It's one of those that when you apply it, it doesn't look as though there's much there. And then when you remove the dye and you see all that excess white cardstock on the surrounding, that's when you really see that pink come to light. So all that I'm going to do is let's just go in. I'm not going to go in all the way into the middle because, as I say, we're going to cover all this up anyway. It's just a little sidetrack to show what you can do with your nesting dies. So what I'm going to do is let's just go around and then let's take that one off. And then what we've then got, you can just see there, you've got that gorgeous, crisp, clean, white die cut all the way around. And then you've got that perfect oval of that pink tulip.
It's such a lovely way to use your dies as a stencil, and especially the light pink, because that's really subtle, isn't it? But so pretty.
And there, that's when you've seen it. At first, when you go to apply it, Debbie, I know you probably feel the same when you've done it in the past. You do think, gosh, it's not really that strong. You're not really see. It's not until you remove it.
Yeah, it's
and
lovely.
And then you see that contrast.
Yeah, such a nice way to use them.
So let's take that same die, and I'm going to run this one through. Afterwards, I will give it a wipe. But as you can see, it does no damage to your die whatsoever. It's only a bit of ink. It's just going to wash off. That's going to go through, and then what we'll do is we'll do a drop shadow with this one. Either your spray, your dotty tape runner. I'm going to use my tacky glue. So we're going to go around, take this one out, and even them themselves, you've got a beautiful aperture that you can then be using elsewhere, or for the shaker if you want to. Or then what you could do, although I don't have any of these layers cut, if you had that a lot neater on a card or a project, that could be your outer frame, and then that, or whatever your inner part that you've cut or embossed, that could be the inside. So technically you're using what would be the waste as a way to frame your work as well.
Great
so it's
tip.
looking to see what comes out of your die cut pieces. And that goes for not just your nesting dies, but that really does go for any dies that you've got within your collection. And then what we're going to do, I will actually use my dotty tape runner for speed. I know that they are still out of stock, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around, and this is the sort of die cut where these tape runners or your sprays are a lifesaver. You've got all these tiny bits. I'm just going to add that on. I don't like wasting any of my dotty tape runner, so I do swap to my straight tape runner for any solid backing. And then what I'm going to do, and in actual fact, I needed to do the white. So let's go in, I'm going to do that again. And then what I'm going to do, just seeing if I've got my non-stick craft mat. Let's see if we can find that in a second.
So intricate, this die, isn't it? So beautiful.
It is. It's got, you know, twists and turns. It's got some curves. It's got your swirls with your circles in there as well, your fine lines. Really is a beautiful die. And it's also another beautiful one should you choose to foil with it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this on here so it doesn't stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over, and then I'm just going to do a drop shadow. So I'm going to go and pull. So I hover over the top and then I pull down to the bottom right hand corner by a few millimeters. You might want to go down, you might want to go up, you might want to change the direction of that drop shadow. This is just the way I like to do it. And then you can go down. The other thing months ago, Debbie, is the pink. What you could do, if I take that off, if you cut that in half, and then what you can do is you can have one side pulled out to the right and one side pulled out to the left. It gives you that expanded
it's
drop shadow.
my favourite thing to do, because it then looks like you've got another matte layer to it. Yeah, it's a great little tip, that one.
It's seeing you doing it that has me doing it every now and again as well.
And again, it's preference. It's just see what works, see what looks nice. There are no rules, are there?
There's not. There really, really isn't. Piece of cardstock at the end of the day. So this one is going to have a lot of height to it. So what we can then do is let's go in now. Now anything with height, I prefer and I would recommend a 10-fold card. So therefore, if you have what is a normal opening card with a lot of weight, there's more chance of it falling over because it's not got any strength or stability. Yeah. Whereas if you've got a 10-fold card, if we can see, Charlotte, could we go? That's it, thank you, Charlotte. So if you go with a lot of weight on the front, you've got the back of it to hold it together.
Great
it's got
tip.
That strength, it's got that stability. Whereas I say, if you had a normal opening card, because you've got no strength here, the strength's at the side, it could just fall over. So a 10-fold card is a good way to go with anything with height. And I've already put my pink and white insert in. What I've then done, that by the way is 5.5 by 7 3/4. I've got my tape on, and then I'm just going to do my layers. So if I take these ones on, keeping this one without any decoration, my pink, it is 5.25 by 7.25, and my white is 5 by 7. And that's been cut to the size of what these ones. So this is the one I've just done. This is the one I've done previously, and I've just added some pearls on. And I had cut that one down to 4 3/4 by 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So let's take these ones off as well. And then I've created a very, very thin pink matte layer for this one. So let's go into here. If I pop that one on there. And then what we're going to do is the actual die cut piece, Debbie, is going to create a bit of a double whammy because it's not actually going to be the focal point. However, it's going to enhance what the focal point will be. And I know at the moment you're probably like, what do you mean by that? It'll become apparent in a moment. Because what I've also done, if you remember our easel dies that we'd done, and we had the easel dies that's got the cross on them.
Yes.
So I've taken these ones, let's move them out the side. And now what we're doing is we're looking to see how we can use our nesting dies to enhance elements that we've already got from previous collections. So building all this up, building, because I like my height, into here. And then we're going to go in with this one. So we're going to take this one off.
So just while you're using that die, Craig, what's the name of that die you're using there? Is it the Catania one?
It is indeed.
So it is Catania, only because Carol's asking that. But Carol, honestly, look, the screen is showing you a set of 3-piece dies, which the Catania is in, and it's the best value that you can get for $13.24 today, which is amazing because you're getting all 3 in that collection. It's the Catania, you're also getting the Verona and the Vicenza.
Such a great collection, isn't it? It really
And
is.
I mean, that price is amazing.
It is. It's a phenomenal price. And what I'm going to do is, because I've inked that would actually sit quite nicely on top of there. But once again, I'm now wanting to see how I can use my nesting dies with my current dies and folders and then break it up slightly. So that's why that's going to go into there.
Love this.
Which equally would look lovely, maybe a little sentiment if you want to. But what we are going to do is we're going to put the cross on. So the cross, same colours, baby pink, white, multi-purpose, and I've gone round with a little bit of pink tulip, a little bit of height there. I'm going to press that one on, even height onto this one here. And you would make a box or a envelope box for it, which if we've got time within this show, I'll show you how you can use that die to decorate the front of an envelope that you'd make with your envelope maker.
Nice.
Let's set that one into there. And you can add a sentiment if you want. I'm not going to. I wanted to just let that do the talking. And this is what I mean by the cross is the focal point. But see how that your nesting die, it just adds to it. It's not taking anything away, but on the other hand, it's not overpowering what you're wanting to say when it comes to your card. So you've got that now in pink. which would look lovely for a baby girl, maybe, or, you know, if you're Holy Communion, or then maybe you want to do exactly the same, but in the navy. Or then maybe you want to do exactly the same. You don't know if boy, girl, or you just want to go neutral, going in with the yellows. So all three have been created in the exact same way. All that I've done is change the colour. The folder's the same. Same with the ink pad. I've changed the colour to match the colour that I've used. So that's the one we've just done. But these have been done in the exact same way, but we've just changed the colour, and it gives you that different look when it catches your eye.
Wow, 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 wow. And I think you'll all agree. I think that's one of my favourite cards you've ever done, Craig.
Is it?
I love it.
Oh, thank you.
I absolutely love it. All that detail, all that matte layering, and all those nesting dies. And that nesting die that Craig's used today, can you believe, to create that card, that main focal point is using these dies, which are incredible. The Fazenza, which is only $13.24, not just for this one. You are getting all of them. We've got the Verona as well, and then the next one is the Catania. You're getting all three of those, 9 dies in total, with 60% off and an extra 15% off that. If you're in the Platinum Club, it's only £10.59 or £12.19. Now, do you know what? We keep talking about this Platinum Club and Club Inspire, and you're probably thinking, what is it? I personally think it's the best club to be in the world.
Agree.
It's the club that gives you something. So have a look at this and see what our Club Inspire is all about.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Roses are red, violets are blue. We love to craft, and I know you do too. So from the 6th to the 12th of February, we're going to be hosting a really special Love to Craft event. So all of our craft experts are going to be doing masterclasses using the products and the techniques that we love the most. So here's the team to tell you a little bit more about it.
So you know me, and I love die cutting. On Monday, I'll be having a whale of a time with some beautiful Creator Card dies. Join me then.
It might be gloomy outside, but I'm going to bring in summer to you next Tuesday with the Nature's Garden Wisteria range.
What's better than die cutting and card making? It's layering your die cuts on your card. Come and join me for a masterclass on Wednesday.
And on Thursday, Ben and I are going to be bringing you the most incredible cartload with deals that I just know you'll be head over heels for.
Why not brighten up your Friday with a pop of extra colour? I'm going to be here for a masterclass that I know you're going to love.
Saturday is my box making masterclass. so I hope you can join me and get creative.
Do you like making your handmade cards and gifts a little bit more special? Then craft along with me on Sunday for all things personalisation. There'll be new deals launching every day so you can find everything you need to fall head over heels in love with craft again. Join us on Crafters TV where you can find your new crafty love.
I'm just finishing my lovely chocolate orange egg. It's very nice. Thank you, Craig. We're all munching. They're all munching in my ears. So it's just a chocolate egg day, isn't it? Oh dear, the things we talk about and get up to on Crafters TV, hey? So hopefully that was good to see with our Club Inspire and that little video of what's been going on this week. Now, even though we're showing videos that have already happened from Monday and Tuesday, remember, you can go back and watch those shows on YouTube and on Facebook as well. But we are in our Love to Craft event. It's all about that love of crafting, knowing what we really love. All of us have been in the studio this week. There's still more to come. Sarah's going to be in tomorrow. We've got our Leanne in on Friday. We've also then got our Michelle coming on Saturday, and Corinne is coming on Sunday. So, and I'll be here as well Saturday and Sunday. So it's going to be a really fab weekend. Yeah, I'm going to be presented again, Johnny, at the weekend. Right, I'm going to show you the grab bag because it is going really quickly. It's incredibly busy. A third of the stock has already gone just from this morning's show, so you are absolutely loving it. And I'm not surprised when you look at what the price of this bag is, £25 or $35. What you're getting in here is a selection of 4 different nesting dies that Craig's had a look at and wanted to put into this bag. It's amazing. Absolutely love this one. It's one of our slimline dies. You're getting 3 dies in that one. Our next one is that beautiful bergamot one. I think that's the one Craig's going to be using when he does the foil press. Lots, I've looked, and there is so many comments that are coming through today. Sorry, we've not read them all out, but lots of people looking forward to the foil press that Craig will be demonstrating in a little while. We've got the inverted stitch lace circles as well, which is that 3rd one. And then the 4th die in this collection is the cross stitch frame square. In the wake-up call this morning, it was the one that Craig used in his demo. It's an absolutely gorgeous one. So many things you can do with it. I think you'll all agree there's so many things that we can do with nesting dies. I'm certainly learning loads with this masterclass, and I'm sure you're all learning that as well. Let's pop those to the side. Right, Craig, are you ready for us? Oh, let's just have a look and see who is in with us as well. So there's lots of people that are commenting. There's some funny ones. Sandra's apologising to you, Craig, because she's saying that she's been a bit distracted. Oh, dear. But it's because the arrival of her paper library has come. So, not paper library, I don't know why, template library.
I've been calling it that as well.
Yeah, the paper library, it's a template library. So we'll forgive you for that, Sandra. I'm not surprised you've been distracted. Let us know how you're finding it. It's amazing. Rhonda's saying that her cat is yelling at her because she's got her laptop on her lap instead of the cat. Cindy's saying good morning from Miss Minasuri. We've got Miss Suri. Coletta is saying lovely card, Craig. Kim's saying crazy how they look so different by just using different colours.
That's it.
So very true. Bonita is saying they're beautiful cards, Craig. Virginia is saying, or Regina is saying beautiful. Suzanne is saying gorgeous card, Craig. Eve is saying this is my favourite die. Carol is saying great card, Craig. Nanny to the girls 8. Oh, that's my daughter's handle is Nanny to 2 girls.
Is it?
So yeah, that's not Nanny, Mummy. Not Nanny. So beautiful card, Craig. It would make a lovely Easter card. Robbie is saying a super buy for the nesting decorative set. And Annie's saying, thank you, Craig, for taking the time to do the cards, showing how the different colours affect the products. And actually, Annie, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking the same thing, Craig, that I don't think any of us go all that out to do that. We do that one demo. So to show them in those different colours, I think is just shows how amazing you are. And Mary Beth is saying, stunning card, Craig. This is an amazing show. Well, I totally agree. Let's now go back over to Craig and see what else he's got to show us. Woo! Whoop, 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 whoop.
She's out. She is out. Right here.
She's a beauty, Craig.
She's a beauty. And you know what? You'll be able to use them with your nesting dies. You'll be able to use them with dies that come out next week, the week after, next year. As long as your dies are your thin wafer thin dies, doesn't go for just hours, any of them. As long as they're the wafer thin dies, you will be able to foil with them. And as long as they sit on a 5x7 platform. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to take our main big die. So this is Bergamano, and we're going to use the largest one to foil with. So what we are going to do is we're foiling with this one. We are not foiling with these two, but what I will do is I'll give you the times because I have tried and double checked them. So what we are doing is, if you've got obviously our foil press in the past and you want to start using it now going forward when it comes to our normal dies, still going to get your Papercraft foil. This is just gold shimmer that I've got here. And you know by now, I've got my foil press all good to go. It's on, we're on green, we're all set. Now, when it comes to this, if you've got your foil press, you've never used it with a wafer thin die, it doesn't need long at all. All you're wanting is the tips of the image to heat up. So what you're then going to be left is that delicate foiled line, not a solid die cut, it's going to be a delicate foiled line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a navy blue. Now this isn't a linen cardstock. This was from our 12x12, was it not decorative, traditional Christmas? It was just the solid ones. It came out with our layerable sentiment dies, Christmas range.
We did do a navy and blush, which this sort of card was in as well.
You could use that, yeah, you could use that. Absolutely, you can do. So what I'm going to do is I've got my foil all ready to go. I've got my carbon plate. So for something like this, all you need is 8 seconds. 8 seconds for this one. And then all that I'm going to do is I want to try and get it central in my card. So I'm going to get it central on my, I was about to say my pro there, on my mat. And then I'm going to press start straight away. You know what I'm like? I like to put my carbon plate straight over the top. Let that do the countdown. And then what we can then do is then we can remove our carbon plate. Take your foil that you'll have at home. It is heat foil, so if you're looking to stock up from other companies, as long as it's your heat foil, you'll be able to use that. And it's going to be shiny side down. Make sure that it is down. And then I'm going to take my cardstock. So let's just line that one up into here. I'm just making sure I'm all good to go. Put our carbon plate back over the top. Now we're going to slide this one out. Now you can do this with all of the nesting dies that we've had on the show today and Wake Up Call. So let that do its thing, as that one then comes out. We're going to remove the foil. So I'm going to take that one off. We're going to take that one off here. And then we can already see an imprint of that beautiful design. So Charlotte, can we go face on? And let's thank you. And then what we're then going to do is then we're going to peel.
Oh, yes, Craig. Look at that. Amazing.
Look at that. A wafer thin die that we've now foiled.
That's beautiful.
To perfection. Now, when Debbie was saying about that blush and navy, does not matter the thickness of the card time-wise. So it could be a 120 GSM, it could be a 300 GSM, 310 GSM, still going to be 8 seconds for that one because it's about the size of the die. So if you are wanting to foil this medium one, come down 2 seconds. So this one would be 6 seconds. If you are wanting to do the smallest one, what you're then going to do is 4 seconds. If you wanted to do all of these together, which you could do them all at the 8 seconds because it's about the compass size. So the largest one, 8 seconds, the medium one is 6 seconds, the smallest one, 4 seconds, and use that as a bit of a guide when it comes to your other nesting dies. The largest ones are really only going to be around about 8 seconds. no more than that. And then you've got that beautiful foiled outline all the way round. That alone, Debbie, I think you could leave it as it is with the sentiment in the middle coming round. For instance, let's take some of the embellishments that I've got that we'll add on at the end. But I've taken one of the sentiment dies. This was from a daisy frame collection that we'd done, Create a Card collection last year or the year before. But even by going in this way, little matte layer, of course. It's all that you need to do, of course. You know, you might just want to go one-on-one with the little matte layer. You know, maybe another sizable one if you want. It's up to you. You can absolutely do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my guillotine, because I did purposely keep my card a little bit larger than I needed. I'm checking this layer, so I'm going to cut that one to 4. I'm going to come down a slither. Let me check the size. So I'm fine that way. I just need to come into here, little slither with my guillotine. And if you can, do what I've done here and foil onto your cardstock that's slightly bigger and then trim down afterwards. Just means you've got a little bit more give and take. So let's just trim a little bit. And then what I also do as well, I do a little bit from the left and a little bit from the right. So then we're going to get that even edge all the way round. So I'm going to go and I'm going to have to sort my guillotine, I think. A couple of edges just there. But trimming little by little, and then we can then add on our layer. That layer here actually is a ivory colour, which is from 'Tis the Season linen cardstock.
Right,
which is still in stock. It's on the website. So what I've got here is I've got a little fine linen card layer that you can see. You see it just popping out here. That's going to go onto some gold satin, but what I am going to do beforehand is let's come in with my middle die here. Now, instead of gutting that whole centre, I'm just going to use it with my 2 dies. So you can either go in with your nesting die or your paper trimmer or craft knife, whatever you like, but because I want these in that satin gold, I'm just going to die cut in the middle because you're not going to see them.
It's always a good idea to use your dies in the middle of your matting layers, isn't it?
Yeah, and then especially when you see what I'm going to do is we're going to build our layers on top, so you're not going to miss any card weight that's gone from doing the cutting apertures on the back, so you don't need to worry about that. So if we take that and just explain what we mean, when that goes over there, you're not going to see that. So what we can then do is if I take the out here, and then I'm going to do the same with that smallest one. So we've got that in the gold. Let's go in with another piece of that navy. So if we take all these bits out, I'm going to go in with my tool here, my die release tool. And now what we're doing is we're die cutting these. So we can die cut each of the layers if you want. You can then foil each of the layers if you want. But I wanted to have that base layer as a lovely, elegant foil. And then I want to raise these die cut layers with height, so you're getting the best of both worlds. So let's go in. So let's take this one. And then if you wanted to make a really small card, what you can do is eliminate the largest die, foil the medium die, and then raise with the die cut in the middle. So you can then do your smaller dies if you want. So let's go in with these ones, cut these ones out, run that one through. That's going to give us our base layers for these ones. And then we'll just do a little bit of a drop shadow and layer that up.
And actually, a really good tip is just to have a play, is it, Craig? Cut loads out, like you say, just try them in different configurations, different colours, and you're going to get different effects every single time.
Definitely, definitely. Doesn't matter what card you go with. It doesn't even really matter what texture, because even if you were to die cut linen or hammered or anything like that, okay, it may slightly dampen that texture feel, but you're still going to get some of that texture look popping through.
Yeah.
So don't ever be scared to cut or die cut into your texture cards. So let's take these ones out the way. And then what we can do is, let's go in with our dotty tape runner. And I'm going to go around with these ones. And once again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a drop shadow in that same way as before, whereas I'm going to come down to that bottom right-hand corner. But if you want to snip at it, as we were talking about that you like to do, you can do. And then it just breaks it up, because I wanted the blue on top of the blue.
Oh, look at that.
But you see, if blue straight onto blue,
Yeah.
you lose it. Whereas having that subtleness,
What a massive difference.
big difference, doesn't it? Big, big difference. So what we can do is the same here, working our way around. And when you're really honed down on what you've actually done, you've done a little bit of foiling, you've done a little bit of die cutting and matte and layering, and then by the end of it, you've got a really beautiful, elegant card. So let's add this one in. I'm going to take just a little slither more off of this side here. And then I'm going to do the same down here, just a slither, just so I can see a little bit more of that linen card. So this one, let's go in with our straight tape runner. Let's add this one on. And if you were to substitute the gold for the silver, that would look lovely, or a rose gold, or you substitute the navy for a wine red, you can do that. So as you were saying, it's about playing, and I think out of everything, because with Nest and Dies, Debbie, there's not a distinctive end result.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe like flower dies, the end result is going to look like a flower.
Yep.
Or maybe decoupage, as much as I love it, you're ending up with an end result. Whereas Nest and Dies, you don't really have an end result. It's what you want it to be.
Absolutely, and especially showing this with the foil press. There's lots of love coming in for this Craig, because it's truly beautiful. And I think it just goes to show that, you know, people that do own the foil press, to use it with all their dies that they've got in their collection, just makes the most stunning, different cards that you wouldn't necessarily think about.
No, that's it. That's it, exactly. And you'll still be able to get your heat foils and that from your other companies. I know Keith at Paper Dynamics, you can use his works. As long as it's a heat foil, you'll be able to use it. But then what I'm going to do is, I love navy and gold with an ivory cardstock. White would still work, but I do just think that the ivory or cream works a treat. So that's going to go into there.
Very regal.
Very
card,
regal, isn't
yes.
it? And this is where it could go either way. It could go either way. It's entirely up to yourself. You know, maybe a layer of vellum or something like that, you know, with vellum flowers. Or, you know, if you watch Corin, when you seen her last week doing those incredible flower forming flowers, you know, a few flowers would look elegant. A full bunch just flowing all the way around would look stunning. And that gold at that backdrop is just going to enhance it even more. But let's keep it as a top fold, because once again, we're going to have a bit of height on the front. So we're going to add our foam pads. While Debbie was talking just not that long ago, I nipped out and got some of our large foam pads. So that one can go into here. That can sit into there. We're going to take our next one. We're going to then pop that one into here. And I was hoping, my initial thinking is, by the end of masterclass today with the Nest and Dies, we've done simple, we've done fun, we've done elegant, we've embossed with them, we've foiled with them, tried to really cover different ways in which you can be using them.
Well, it's definitely shown your love for them, that's for sure, Craig.
And I do love them, you know, and it's been lovely to have a full 2 hours. We spent a lot of time in masterclass in Wake Up Call with them, to get to play.
Using my favourite flowers at the moment.
You love them, don't you?
Just love these daisies.
And at first, I wasn't going to use daisies, because in the top of my head, I'm thinking, well, daisies aren't going to work for this. But then simply in the centre, substituting a yellow for that gold. And although that it's white, And without contradicting myself, a card with these colours look lovely on your ivory of the cream. But when I've heard people say white and cream don't go together.
Oh no, I think white and cream do go together. But I think what you've done, you've done a balance, because the gold with the cream matches beautifully, and that stark white just matches beautifully.
And that's it. You know, if you hear anyone says that, then you know in the back of your mind, you can say, well, I've watched Craig Laird in the past, and he has shown how you can absolutely use your gold and your cream together. I was just looking to see, I don't have any gold gems here, so I'll not put any on here, but there is what we've created.
Oh my goodness, Craig, I actually don't know how you are going to choose at the end of today's show, because that is absolutely stunning, outrageously stunning, that is. I love it.
A few gems to finish. This one, what I've done, 3 gems to finish. And then what I've done with this sentiment is I've just manipulated it in my fingers and shaped it, whereas within that one, I've kept it straight. The only difference is adding a few gems. Pearls would work either way, but there we go.
Oh, Craig, honestly, your inspiration is just amazing. I will read out some of the comments in a minute. They're still coming. You know, you are absolutely loving them. So just to recap on that bag, this is our grab bag. It's got 17 dies in total. One of them is the one that Craig is using, but it's also got the Ferrera in there. We've got the stitched edge square nesting dies. We've also got the lace circle stitched edge, and also that beautiful bergamot that Craig has just used. So if you want to be recreating that card and you've got a foil press, if you haven't, you can just die cut it out a mirror card, but obviously just a different variation. £25 today, or $35, which is absolutely incredible. I've got to read out some of your comments to Craig because he will love them. It is just, there's just so many. First of all, people are saying that it's really making them get out, wanting to get out their foil press. Kathleen is asking, does the carbon plate come with the foil press? Yes, it does. Bonita said she's not seen a foil press demo, and she said that's awesome. Quick question. Hey guys, quick question. Are the Heritage die collection considered nesting dies? I have just picked up some on birthday week. Yeah, the Heritage dies, I would say, are a form of nesting dies. They're sort of different shapes, so you can layer them together in different configurations, but they are still a form of nesting dies, so yes. But yes, so Chantel is saying that she loves this tutorial. She's going to use this inspiring card to create her own. Kathy C is saying navy and gold are so rich looking together. Susan is saying this would make a really elegant invitation card, Craig. Stephanie saying she loves her foil press. Mary Siller is saying, thank you so much, Craig, for this beautiful demo using the foil press. I love my foil press. You gave me inspiration to go for the foil press, so obviously buy that. Coletta is saying, wow, Craig. Coletta is also saying, beautiful card. Oh, it's 2 different. We've got 2 different Colettas. Coletta and Carletta, do apologise. So Coletta saying, wow, Craig. Carletta saying, beautiful card. Rose is saying, my favourite so far. It's gorgeous, Craig. Renee saying, gorgeous, Craig. Carol is saying, it looks like it should have an invitation to someone very posh, like the White House. I love that. Robbie saying, this is so classy. Love the blue and the gold. Kathy's saying, the blue and the gold look fantastic. And Robbie's saying, your makes today, Craig, are amazing. Loving them all. I couldn't agree more, absolutely. So,
just quickly as well, I did have a fight with myself with it because the foil press isn't in our range any longer. And it's like, do I or don't I? But so many of you have spent your hard-earned money over the months and years with our foil press, and it's something that is still going to work with all of our collections that come out in the future. So for those thousands of you across the globe that do have the foil press, you're now going to be able to think, when you get Sarah's next collection, when you get a nature garden, when you get nesting dies down the future, as long as they fit on that 5x7 platform, you're going to be able to foil with them as well. So I'm glad I went with that demo.
Yeah, so beautiful. Absolutely love it. And I don't envy you lot choosing which one is going to be the card of the show. Right, now, something else that's a little bit glitzy. These markers are fabulous. So they are metallic markers. There's an 18-piece set. This first one we're looking at is our rare minerals. If I just bring this chart into them as well, you'll be able to see exactly which ones you've got in there as well. These are incredible. Now look at that. I'm waving those just so you can see all that beautiful. This is drawn onto black cardstock. These are all your rare minerals, all the different colours you're getting. You're getting those beautiful dual nib tips, which are incredible. You can draw them onto so many different things like glass, acetate, everything else are beautiful. We've also got the precious metals, another great one to have, really good if you like your illustration, if you love to be able to write in your signature maybe in a lovely bronze or a gold. Absolutely beautiful designs. And then our last one in that is our antique elements. Excuse me, which are beautiful. I've never seen colours like this in a metallic pen. You're getting these today for £23.98 or £33.90. A massive saving on them of £11.99. Platinum price £19.18 or $27.12. And that's our 3-pack. Magnetic, they're not magnetic, I promise, metallic pens, so beautiful. Now we do have some of my favourite ink pads. I don't make any excuses. I love these ink pads so much. They are my go-to. They're the ones I use the most. I love all of our ink pads, but these are definitely my favourites. Now we've got some of the most amazing colours in here as well. The first one we've got is the Plum Jam. Now remember, there's 11 ink pads in this collection. We're classing it as our floral collection for only £44. That's amazing. In fact, that's brilliant. Absolutely amazing. We've then got our straw bow, and with the straw bow, we've got our lemon tonic, which is absolutely beautiful. And then we've got, let's just, sorry about that. I was just trying to sort out my mic then. Then we've got our honey pot, which is absolutely beautiful. We've got our Oasis. We've got our Parakeet. We've got our Lagoon. And we've got our crushed velvet. Oh, they're real sticking to it. It's because they've still got their little casings on. So let's just bring that one in. We've got our crushed velvet, and we've got our pink tulip, then our grasshopper, and we've got our fuchsia as well. So lots of different colours there. 11 in total, all beautiful, usable colours. Our pigment ink pads are going to do all those heat resist techniques. They're going to do your embossing, heat embossing. They stay wetter for longer, but you can mix them, layer them together because they're opaque, and you can watercolour with them as well, which are amazing. Right, our next die set. Is that what we're doing, Johnny? So our number one. Oh, I'm right. No, I'm not. It's going to number one. I should have just used my first instinct, shouldn't I? So, yeah, we've got, yes, we have got 4, got one missing there. Milan, that's the first one in this collection. I have to say, this set of 12 dies is incredible price. Absolutely amazing. £19, 2 pence. I mean, that's incredible for such beautiful ornate dies. We've got our Bronte there, and then we've got our Argenta in that collection, and then our last one is our Amalfi. Such beautiful dies. And remember, like Craig was saying, you can use these either way, any way you want to do, horizontal or vertical. They're going to work really well. You're saving 60% on these today with that extra 15% off. And if you're in our Club Inspire, you'll also get that discount off at checkout as well. Our Craig is going to show us just what we're going to do with these dies.
I am indeed, and I'm going to go back to Catania for a reason, because what we're going to do is we've got our enveloper on the show as well. So you might think, well, that card you've done, Craig, is a really thick card. What would you do? So we're going to make a lovely thick envelope to go with it. So that's why I'm going to use the same die that I've used on the front. So what I've done is I've taken an older pattern paper. This one is from the traditional florals. Now I've already cut this one. I've gone by the guide. This is going to fit my card, which is 6 by 8. So I've already cut this to 11 and 7/8 by 11 and 7/8. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go in with my paper. So when it comes to our enveloper, what I've done is, because I want it to be, of course, quite thick to hold our actual card, I'm going to create it so it's 1/2 inch in depth. So I'm going to go into position 1 first, and then I'm going to just go up into, we can see just here, into that little hold at the top. And I'm going to score at positions J and then N. So we're going to go into J, and so that we can make it 1/2 inch in depth, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to come all the way up to position 4. So if we go into here, position 2, I don't know where I got 4 from, position 2, and then we're going to do the same again. We're going to go into J, and very lightly I like to score and then a few times. So we're going to flip onto the opposite side and do exactly the same. So up into place, we're going to score at J, lightly and a few times, and then I'm going to lift and come into position 2. By going into position 2, we are enabling the depth of the box to be 1/2 inch. Done so many shows. As Debbie was saying earlier, go on to our YouTube, type it in. You'll see lots and lots of ways in which it can be used. But now, on the 2 opposite sides, I'm then going to score at position N. So exactly the same. I'm going to score at position N, and then I'm going to lift up into position 2, and I'm going to score at N again. You do get your booklet with all these measurements and that with it, and then we're flipping it over into place. We're going to N, lift up into position 2, and then we're going to score at N again. I'm not going to assemble it just yet. I will cut out the notches, but what I'm then going to do is I'm going to fold it in. So just fold in along the score lines. I'm just being careful. Because it's pattern paper, it makes it harder to see the score lines. You can put a pencil line if you want. As long as you're careful, we're all good. This you could still do with your cintura pearl if you want. And if you're making a smaller envelope or envelope box, you can be using your A4 or letter size. By simply going in, folding over, working our way along, we're then going to start to see our envelope come into play, but with a 1/2 inch in depth. So let's work our way along and then score. And then we're just going to tilt that over. It's always nice to use double-sided papers where you can for this, because then that inside of the envelope is already decorated. So we're all good. Last but by no means least, what we are going to do is fold, and then we're going to do our last one, and then fold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it so that my envelope is that way. So at the top here, where we've got our fold, I'm just going to snip out completely the triangle. So where it all crosses over, I'm going to snip that out completely. So all that I'm doing is I'm following down the score lines and then following in. So this is going to give us our top fold of our envelope, like so. Now at the bottom, it's going to be slightly different because technically you've got a box down at the bottom. So you need to create a little tab. This is going to be so hard for the screen. So let's see, we won't see this in the end. So what I'm going to do is let's draw a line where those score lines are. So I'll just, this is where the score lines meet over. So these all meet. So this is how it looks here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go in. Now I'm going to snip out that little triangle here. So I'm snipping that one out here. And then this one, I'm going to snip the triangle out again, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right along to that score line. So then I've got my own little tab here. So there's our tab done. So cut out the 2 triangles. However, you just want to extend that score line. What I'm then going to do is, let's just do that again. I've just got a little bit of time, which is good. So let's do that again so that you can see. Makes it easier to see on the eye for you at home. So we're going to go in once again. So what I'm going to do is this triangle, I'm going to snip it out and then snip it out. Same with this wee one here, snip it down, but we're going to come all the way in. So then that's releasing our little tab. So what we can then do, I'm going to use my tape runner for this one. So I want to pop my adhesive on my tab. So let's add that on. And then let's add that one on. And then what I'm going to do is, this is where it starts to fold over. So I'm going to pop my adhesive onto here. I'm then going to pop my adhesive onto here. So then fold it in as if you're creating mitre in that box. So we're going to press that one in. I'm going to do the same on this side here. So I'm going to press that one in. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to line that up with my glass mat. I'm going to come it into play. I'm just going to hold at the top here for now because I can't get my hands in at the base. So what we're doing is we're letting, let's do it this way, easier. If we then pop our adhesive here, there we go, that's better. Pop our adhesive on, cross that one over, mitreing it up. I'm holding it here because I can't quite get my fingers in. So what we can then do is bring that in, hold that in, and then I can turn it around. And then just with a ruler or something flat, I'm just going to go in, and then I'm just going to press. So that's all held into place. And then you can either leave that at a point. I sometimes do that. I know sometimes, like Sarah and that, will fold it over like this. And then what we've then got, so we've got our 6x8 envelope, which will fit our card. But before we put our card in there, quick bit of die cutting. I've got my white, I've got some pink, which is from the Say It With Flowers linen card, which you'll find on the show. Let's take our dies. I'm going to cut that one out, and I'm going to take the medium one. I'm just going to cut this one out. So you don't need to be scared of adding dimension to your cards, and you can decide on the height, you can decide on the thickness. If you've got your enveloper, then what you can then start to do is you can then start to make your envelopes or your boxes to the size that you need. But then what you can start to do is you can start to decorate them the same as he drops his plate. Not only we're decorating them the same colours, but we're going to use the same dies to decorate the front as well. So it kind of gives the recipient that experience of being given this box envelope, beautifully decorated onto the front, and then that follows through onto the inside of your card. So what we can then do is, I'm not going to layer all these up because I've got them already done, but let's take this inner one out, and then if I take this one out here, like so. Now we do this one again, Debbie, in black, and then do a drop shadow that we can see here. The pink one I've done again in black and done a drop shadow. And then that smaller one I've done also in white and black with a drop shadow. And this is where you can write the recipient's name or details. Of course, if you need it to be bigger for the address, if you're posting it, do it on that one. But this I will keep flat. I've already got my tape on. So as I was saying a moment ago, we're pulling from the front of our envelope that's then going to match with my card. And because it's going to go this way on my envelope, I've got my drop shadow, so it's coming down this way. That can go into there. That one can then go into there. Then this one, what we can do is put on the front of our envelope. So let's bring that one in to here, press that in, I'm going to press that down. So we've created our beautiful envelope, and the front of the envelope, and the card that we made earlier is just going to slot into there. maybe a wax seal or something onto the back.
Not a wax seal.
Not a
you don't
wax
want
seal,
that,
not for
no.
Debbie then. But then using that same nesting die on the front of an envelope or a box and pulling it all the way through so it all ties in together.
Wow, that is so stunning. And that's incredible, Craig, because actually both those dies, looking at that with that black, makes it look
Does,
totally
doesn't it?
different.
Totally
Almost
different.
gives it that cameo appearance, you know, like those cameo badges. It's absolutely stunning. I just love them. I'm in awe of you. You're amazing.
Thank you, Debbie.
Everyone is saying exactly the same thing. We're going to do a vote next. We're going to get Craig to line them up. It's going to be a really tough one, I think. Alison saying she loves the card. Pamela's saying after seeing that demo, she wants to get her foil. She wants to invest in the foil press. Dee is saying she thinks her next purchase must be the foil press.
can find it.
Rhonda's saying I really love using the metallic markers, so she's looking on that black card. So absolutely. Mary Pat is saying that she used this set to make Debbie's so my mini craft along. Very pretty. Carol is saying definitely addicted to the foil press. It's just so rewarding and fun. Yes, I couldn't agree more, Carol. Susan's saying brilliant technique. Thank you, Craig. I make quite a few envelope boxes with pattern paper, and it's hard to see sometimes where the tabs are. And actually, I thought that when Craig was doing that, I think all of us should just be doing that, putting those lines in on that cut, because it makes it so easy to follow. Karen's saying that's absolutely amazing, Craig. And Annie's saying very nice card and envelope. And Carletta is saying beautiful card, Craig. Evelyn's saying I was missing these nesting dies. I'm glad I was able to pick them up today at a great price. You definitely are getting it at a great price today. Right, we're going to go over to Craig and get the vote started before the end of the show, so you'll need to get your votes in. So Craig, number them up, please.
Rightio, let's go in. So we started off with our sweet treat topper. They are for Easter time. So number 1. Then we went into number 2 with our, well, it could be Holy Communion, it could be New Baby, it could be whatever you want it to be, is number 2. We've then
Mine.
Then we've gone into number 3 with the foil press that we can see having that gold elegant foil in that backdrop. And then number 4 there, we've gone in and we've kind of teams together the second one, but it is a 4th one on its own with the envelope. So 1, 2, 3 or 4.
Wow, boy, have you got to get, I mean, it's going to be a close one, I can imagine, because every single one of those cards is a worthy winner. Absolutely beautiful makes today. Thank you for that, Craig. Right, we've got some more deals on the show. So shop the show, press that button, shop the show. The most popular deal we've had today is the grab bag. The grab bag is exceptional value. You're getting 17 dies in total in here, £25 or $35. You're saving £29.96. If you're in a platinum club price, it's £20 or $28. So amazing, that one. But grab it while we've still got it. We've also got some decorative nesting dies. There are some beautiful dies in this one, 12 dies in total. Absolutely incredible. This is my deal of the show. I think this is amazing. So many different variations of these dies for only £19.02 or $22.03. It's saving 60% plus an extra 15% off. Platinum price, look at that, £15.22 or $17.62. The next one we've got in these collection are our nesting dies, our 3-piece set with 9 dies in total, only £13.23. How many have we got left of them, Johnny? We've only got just under 40 of those left. Not many, considering we had just under 100. Amazing, you're loving those. We're saving 60% with that extra 15%. Next are our nesting dies, which have our inverted stitched edge. We've got 9 dies here. Sorry, reading the wrong one. We've got 48 dies in total in this one. This is a big collection. All those 6 packs of dies, 48 in total, £30.56. you're loving these as well. Another great saving with 60% off and an extra 15%. Now, if you fancy a slimline nesting die, we've got those in stock for you as well for only £19. Another great saving of 60% with an extra 15% off with a 3-piece selection, and you're getting 9 dies in total. Now, our last nesting dies to show you on the show today is our nesting frame dies. I adore these ones. So many things you can do with these, especially your scrapbooking, your photo albums, your photo books. It's going to be amazing. £49 today off $57. 18 dies in total. What a show. I mean, what an absolute show. You are loving them. We're still waiting. Everyone's saying very nice card and envelope. Coletta saying beautiful card. Josephine saying beautiful card. Karen saying, oh my, it's going to be a tough choice. Yes, it is, Karen. Susan saying fabulous card and envelope box, just perfect, Craig. And Ellen is saying love the layering effect. Yes, absolutely. Now, later on today at 6 p.m. we have Beautiful Beginnings. Craig and myself are going to be back. Craig, what we got tonight?
Well, so Beautiful Beginnings, if you are new to us, this is where we just take it back a step or two and then we simplify things and then we maybe put a little bit of a spin on it so that if you are new, you can then still get a beautiful effect by going really simple. But what we are going to do is we're going to have a look at Sarah's birthday box, but we're going to be combining techniques that are going to make them simple. So we've got the birthday box, we've got some grande edgeables as well that would look gorgeous. Keep in mind, if you have got your template library or you are going to be going for it, it's going to work. The actual grande edgeables will work beautifully with some of the concepts that you're going to be making. We'll have a look at them. We'll maybe have a look at a few other nesting dies again if they are wanting to be seen. But yeah, it's going to be a lovely couple of hours. Any questions, send them across to Debbie and we'll answer them between us both.
Absolutely, and it's the great thing with Crafters TV. You know that we are live, we're interactive, unless you're re-watching some of the programmes back. But if you're watching us live, then you can absolutely interact with us and send in your messages. Nothing's too much trouble. It's the one thing we love about Crafters TV when we're on it, is because we can just pretty much do anything you ask us to do, which is amazing. But remember, this is all about our Love to Craft event that's going on for a whole week. You can shop the show. So press the Shop the Show button. You'll find all those deals across there. There's 3 for 2s on there. There's double discounts. There is so many, all sticker deals. So look for those sticker deals because you'll find an absolute bargain. We're still waiting. I'm still not got anything in yet. So I'm still waiting for, I think they must be counting up. There must be a lot of people voting. I think it's going to be a really close one and tough decision. We've got Sarah coming in tomorrow. So it's her day tomorrow to do her take. She's doing a big cartload tomorrow night and it is massive. I've seen all the stock that's coming in for it. You know what Sarah's like with her cartloads. It's going to be insane. We've got Leanne coming in on Friday, so it's going to be her day. We've got Michelle coming in on Saturday and I'm going to be in presenting with her on Saturday, and then on Sunday we've got Corinne coming in and I'll be presenting again. So it'll be lovely to see the 2 lovely ladies and how they what their take on their favourite craft is as well, which is going to be incredible. Oh, we have a winner. We have a winner. Right, it's not number 4, Craig.
Not number 4.
Not number 4. It's not number 1, Craig.
Not number 1.
Now, I wanted number 2, I have to be honest, but it was close. Number 3. The winner.
Number 3, the foil press.
Yeah. And I'm not surprised. Such a beautiful card. Actually, either one of them, it seems a shame that any of the others have to be knocked out because it's absolutely beautiful. Craig, I have so enjoyed this last couple of hours. You are, as always, so inspirational. Love what you do. And I can't wait to see what Craig does later on. So we will see you back at 6 o'clock. Bye.
Doodles.